Hello everyone, this is Meina, your crypto friend. For this week's CryptoMeina and Bitpush weekly Web3 news series, I'm going to talk about Aptos launch, NFT royalties, and banks embracing crypto. As global inflation woes and economic turmoil continue, crypto markets have been relatively flat over the past week, with Bitcoin stuck below 20,000 and unable to break out. The most watched project last week was the launch of Aptos. On October 18th, Aptos Labs announced the launch of its mainnet, Aptos Autumn, an APT airdrop for early participants. The APT token is listed on top exchanges such as Binance, Coinbase, and FTX, and the trading volume in the first week exceeded 1.3 billion. I have also invited Charlie Hu, managing partner of Lucid Blue Ventures, to share his thoughts on Aptos. Charlie, can you please share your thoughts on Aptos?
Thank you. Yeah, Aptos has been really hot in the space, especially in the last couple of weeks, right? We saw the mainland launch. I think it's one of the biggest events in the last 2 months. Their token has been listed on all the exchanges, so we see quite some trading movement, big volume going on. I've been in the space for quite a while, building ecosystem. I think Aptos has a long potential. There's still quite some challenges in terms of the developer relation. Move as a language is new for a lot of developers who are used to, already used to Solidity. So I think that once they have really get up on that developer relation, getting a lot of developers building on, get familiar with Move, get familiar with how to build things on Aptos. I think a lot of interesting smart developers will build things on top of them. So we're gonna see interesting growth over there. So far, I don't really see some really groundbreaking new projects building on them yet. We heard some news about some kind of a launch pad. It has some little hiccups. I think that they still have some challenges they need to fix on the adoption side. I think the infrastructure, the program language, the scaling solution, the parallel execution, everything Aptos is visioning to do and is already kind of deploying. We see fundamentally very high scalable chain going forward. But it's kind of still early stage. We want to see the real developers building on top of them, and I check on their experiences. Yeah.
That's great. Thank you for sharing. Now, let's listen to Victor G, the co-founder of Manta Network, his comment on Aptos.
I think from the ecosystem perspective, it's still really early, and there's a lot of hype, but the hype is mainly coming from the fundraising and the VCs, like the backers behind the project. And the backers is more like Solana's backer rather than the Ethereum core group. You can see the whole life cycle of Solana is not that long. It's basically start from early last year and then just last year, and then it seems that the chain is getting bad. But let's see how the Aptos going. It's still really early on their ecosystem. But if you really compare to other competitors like Sui, Mr. Labs founder is actually found the Move, and they are definitely know much better on Move. There's more exciting on the parallel transaction and everything. Compared to that, it seems Aptos is more like a VC play. That's my take. It's really personal, but I think compared to other Ethereum's parallel transaction project, Sui is still really early stage. So I think both Aptos and Sui is still in the early stage project. What they try to do is, they want to enable, the Web2 developers and, make them build some new stuff on their public chain. But I think Solana did that. It seems, it's actually attract lots of more speculators rather than, the core group. Because if you really want to build something in the space, basically built on Ethereum is much better than any other chain.
Okay.
Push the real technology. Yeah.
Yep. Great. The heated discussion of royalties in the NFT space has not stopped. According to a report by Galaxy Digital, Ethereum NFT projects have earned a total of $1.8 billion in royalties. Nike and Yuga Labs are among the biggest beneficiaries of royalty income. The top 10 NFT projects netted $489 million, or 27% of all royalties. Despite the ongoing bear market, traditional banks are still entering the crypto space. German digital bank N26 supports cryptocurrency trading services for more than 100 tokens, and Brazilian's new bank announced that it will launch new coin tokens on the Polygon blockchain. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.